to the Golden Goose DFS show, man. I am your host, Chandler Blakely, aka Goose, man. Here today bringing you another edition of my starting five for Draftkings and Fanduel, alright? We got a nice 5-game main slate for this Saturday. But before we get into that, man, y'all know we got the lineup review, alright? But before we get to the lineup review, please hit the subscribe button for your boy, man. Hit the like button, man. It goes a long way. It helps me out a lot, man. It's greatly appreciated. I'm loving all the views, man. Can we just get a few more likes, man? Please, for your boy. Help me out, alright? Now, lineup review, man. The updated starting five yesterday, if you got a chance to check back to the video or you follow me on Twitter, you would have seen we had Darius Garden, Evan Fournier, Chetty Osman, Pascal Siakam, and Nikolai Vujovic. Alright? Now, my best scoring lineup with that exact starting five got us in the money too over there. But I wanted to talk to y'all about this lineup right here. This was my single entry to $5. It's a variation of that starting five, and I just want to use this one just to really go in depth on the process of how you gotta try to think about the slate, man, especially when you hand building. Alright. So this is my best one with this variation of the starting five. My $5 single entry, man. As you can see right here, we came in like 264th place, put up 312, man. And this is the starting five without Chetty Osman. I had to pay down, and you'll see why. You probably can see why as you're looking at the lineup. But let's get into the starting five, how I came up with it, all right? So the centerpiece, man, the one that brought it all together, the main building block we wanted was Nikolai Vujovic, man. And here's why we wanted Vuj. He projected very well, like within 5 points of the highest scorers on the slate. So he was projecting within 5 points of Jokic and Giannis, but he was $1,000 cheaper. So I'm like, okay, that brought me interest. And then when I started looking at ownership, I saw he was going under owned out of the stars. So I was like, so next I looked at the game environment, and what I always tell y'all about game environments for guys to reach their ceilings, up-pace matchups against a horrible defense, man. And that's what we ran into right here with the Golden State Warriors. So I looked at the matchup, looked at the ownership, saw he was projected within 5 points of the top guy. So immediately I had some interest, and I wanted to go to Vooch. So that's where we started out at the starting five and locked Vooch in. As you can see, we got him at great ownership right here, 6.8% ownership in this single entry. All right. Now to the top of the starting five, man. I went with Darius Garden, just a play I was on, man. You saw him from the video yesterday. I just thought he was a great price. He was drawing more ownership than this, but when the Ben Simmons news broke, I kind of figured everybody would run to Steph Curry, and they did. I figured more. I thought he would come in a little lower, but I thought he had a great projection for his price and great matchup. We got him at 24%, so I was okay with that, man. He gave us an okay performance. I was really expecting about 35 plus from him, but the 28 didn't kill us. Very solid, all right? Next up, man, was Evan Fournier. I knew he was gonna come in low on, man. He got the nod late, close to the lock. He projected very well, and he's in the game with Vooch, man. So I was like, he got the same matchup, up-pace matchup, bad defense, man. I was all over Fournier, man, once I got the news that he was locked in, all right? The variation I went on this, instead of Chetty Osman, I paid down for Desmond Bane because I wanted to pay up for another superstar in my single entry. And I thought Desmond Bane had a chance to give us a good performance, especially when we got the news that Dillon Brooks was going to be out. He had been seeing solid minutes anyway with Dillon Brooks playing. So once he was out, I thought he would see a little uptick in minutes. He still got about his normal. Just gave us an okay performance for this 3,800. We needed probably about 10 to 12 more out of him to really get to the top of the leaderboard in this single entry. And the last piece of the starting five, man, was Pascal Siakam. Another play I was on the night before was a great matchup, up-paced matchup against Minnesota, even though it was surprisingly low scoring, man. I guess it was the second night of the back-to-back that kind of held the Raptors' offensive performance down. Siakam was just okay. In hindsight, we probably should have moved to Tobias Harris that was in the same price range once we got that news that Ben Simmons was out, since we knew they was going to need more scoring out of him with no Ben. All right? But that was the starting five, all right? So to finish out the rest of my lineup construction, all right? I told you I paid down the Bane to get away from Osman because I wanted to fit another superstar in there. So when I was looking at the stars again, once again, I looked at Steph Curry, and here's why I looked at Steph Curry. One, he projected okay. He wasn't as high as Vujovic and the other superstars. But the reason I wanted to go to Steph Curry here because I had Vujovic and Fournier here. This game was a pretty high total, like I said. It was expected to be close. So if I already had Fournier and Vujovic locked into my lineup, the best way I can get... I decided to go with a little game correlation. So that's why that's why I brought back Steph Curry as my other superstar, because I figured if I already got these two in, if the game is close and it is a shootout, who's gonna keep it close on the other side? Steph Curry, the main guy. So that's why I ended up going with Steph Curry right here for a little game correlation to go along with Vujovic and Fournier. Alright, rounding out my lineup, man, I just went on, locked in the chalk on Hernan Gomez. It was single entry. He was cheap, man. Still a great play, man. I knew he was going to be very chalky, but we knew we had already got different with Vujovic, Curry, and Fournier. I knew I was different enough that I could go to the chalk, and if it hit, it would have been great for me. And the fact that I was different here would set me apart from everybody else, all right? And then Bembry was another play just like Bane, man. Once we got the news that Laurie was out, Bembry should be back, and we knew Bembry should be back in line for 30-plus minutes in a great matchup against the Timberwolves. Even though they didn't score that much, it was still an up-paced matchup for the Raptors. It should have been a little higher scoring, but like I said, second night of a back-to-back probably held that down a little bit. He gave us 17 right here at 3,100. It's just okay, you know. Didn't kill us, didn't propel us to the top of the leaderboard, man. So there you see it right there, man, the variation of my starting five. But I just wanted to show y'all that, to talk y'all through the process of hand building lineups, man, when you're in these contests. This is what I mean by coming up with a strategy, man. You gotta come up with a strategy, especially if you, like I said, if you're hand building single entry, or you just putting 2 and 3 into the large GPPs. If you're not putting 150 in, you gotta take a stance and have a strategy to beat the slate, man. It gives you a better chance at winning. But it was my top lineup right there for in the starting five yesterday. All right, let's get on to tomorrow, man. You see it, pull right up, man. Told you, nice 5-game on this Saturday, man. The early on right now is going to be searching for value, where to find value at. Got some questionable guys we're going to be waiting on. Definitely going to have to be on top of the news. But for me and my starting five, man, starting at the top, man, I want to go with De'Aaron Fox. I know he's going to go overlooked tomorrow. I'm expecting him to come in at pretty low ownership on it, even though it's a 5-gamer. It's just so many studs you can go with at the point guard. Lillard, James, Steph Curry, Westbrook. Then you got LaMelo Ball that's right around his price, man. You got CP3, Ja Morant. So I'm anticipating Fox to go overlooked. And if that's the case, I'm going to want to get a lot of them, man, especially in a great matchup against the Bulls, man. The total isn't out yet, but I'm expecting this to be the second highest total on the slate behind the Wizards and Trailblazers game, man. So it should be a great total, great matchup against some lackluster defense. I like De'Aaron Fox tomorrow, all right? My shooting guard, man, just staying with the young fella Tyler Hero, man. Really playing solid ball for the Heat down there. He's working his way back into form, man, as he's giving us 240s and a high 30s the last 3 times out, man. They're going to need him going against this Los Angeles Lakers squad, man. The price is still good enough on him. Give me all of the Hero tomorrow against these Lakers, all right? Coming in at small forward. Another guy I'm expecting to go overlooked a little bit. Not as much as Fox, because there ain't that many options at small forward once you get past LeBron and Jimmy Butler. And it's whatever way you want to go, man. But I want to go Gordon Hayward here, man. He's probable tomorrow. We know that means he's 75% likely to play. So I want to take a look at him, especially in this matchup against the Golden State Warriors, man, which should be an up-paced matchup for him. Should get up and down, be in transition. Gordon Hayward, he's the main guy over there. I know LaMelo Ball's in the starting lineup, but Hayward still going to get his shot. He still rebounds, assists. He does a little bit of everything. Man, I like him in this matchup against the Warriors tomorrow. All right? Coming in at power forward tomorrow. This guy I'm taking a chance on. Very risky play, man. Darius Bertans. And what should be the highest total on the slate tomorrow, man. Right? It's a high risk, high reward right here with Bertans, man. He's just a shooter, man. He literally does nothing but shoot. He may fall into a couple rebounds, may get lucky and get you an assist there, but his shot is gonna have to be on. If his shot is on, if he sees a couple fall, man, he has no problem shooting the ball 10 to 20 times, man, especially if he gets hot behind the three. We saw him hit, 9 threes the other night, 8, 9 threes. He's going to keep pulling, man. He shoots off the dribble, pulls up in transition. We just want his shot to be on, and he can give us a great return for this $5,600 price tag against the Trailblazers, all right? And coming in at center, man, it's another guy that's going to be pending on injury news, man. We're going to be waiting on the Holmes and Harrison Barnes news, so if both of those are out, I like going back to Bill Lisa here, man. We saw him get the bulk of the minutes last time out. He got more than Bagley, more than Whiteside. He should be locked in for those minutes again. And like I said, if they're out, and Bill Lisa gonna probably be a lock for me tomorrow along with Fox, man. Probably running back with somebody from the Bulls side, maybe like Levine or something of that nature. But I like Bill Lisa at his price tag against the Bulls. Up-paced matchup. Like I said, second highest total on the slate. Get you some Bill Lisa tomorrow, alright? There you have it, guys. My starting 5 on DraftKings tomorrow. De'Aaron Fox, Tyler Hero, Gordon Hayward, Darius Bertans, and Namdi Bjelica, alright? Now let's go take a look at FanDuel. And while we doing that, man, please hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button, man. You made it this far. You must be liking what you're hearing. So go and hit the like button, alright? Coming in at FanDuel, man, keeping it the same at the top, man. De'Aaron Fox, still expecting him, like I said, expecting him to go overlook. Great matchup. Should be a nice total on this game against the Bulls, all right? Shooting guard, still Tyler Hero, man. Like I just said, man, solid production, great price tag. Like him in this matchup against the Lakers. And the small forward, man, still staying with Gordon Hayward. Looking pretty similar right now on DraftKings and FanDuel through the first 3 positions, man. Like I said, hoping he goes a little overlooked tomorrow, man. Like this price tag on him. Love the matchup, all right? Coming in at power forward, a little value over here on FanDuel. I love this 4,800 price tag on Jay Crowder right now. He's probably my favorite value play on FanDuel tomorrow. We saw him he's back in the rotation, heavy minutes, man, 30 plus. Great matchup against the Grizzlies. What's going to be another pace-up game for the Suns here. Hey, Jay Crowder is solid, man. He gives you all the peripherals. You just hope his 3-ball, his shot is falling for that upside game from him. But I like Jay Crowder. It's been very solid since returning back into the rotation, man. I like him in this matchup. Get you some Jay Crowder tomorrow. And rounding it out at center, man, going right back to the boy DeAndre Ayton, man. I think he's underpriced as well, man. Him and Crowder in this great matchup against the Grizzlies. This probably be the 3rd highest total on the slate if I had to guess once those lines come out. But 6,600, man, great price tag. We played him in some spots Friday night. He gave us a nice return. I expect the same thing in this spot against the Grizzlies. Not really worried about the defense of Valanciunas. It's an up-paced matchup, man. He should be able to take advantage of this matchup against Val, man. They've been trying to get him to rim run lately, man. Get out and running in transition with them more often and get him some easier buckets, man. I like that. They really coach DeAndre Ayton up hard. Booker and Chris Paul, every time I'm watching the game, they in his ear. They trying to get him going, and I like the looks of that, man. So I want to go back to DeAndre Ayton right here at this $6,600 price tag, all right? So there you have it, guys. My starting five on FanDuel: De'Aaron Fox, Tyler Hero, Gordon Hayward, Jay Crowder, and DeAndre Ayton. Hey, get you some exposure to these guys, man. Get them in your lineups. You know I'm going to have plenty of it, man. That's going to do it for me here tonight, man. Y'all know the motto: chances make champions. Y'all green up. I see y'all tomorrow, all right? Let's go.